have control. Says I have sound. Sure would like to see somebody come in and give me a quick heads up. But anyways, let's get this going, folks. This is the Mulligan. This is speaking politically, the redo, because 2 hours ago at 8 a.m. I did a nice little 1 hour long, not 1 hour long, it was a half-hour long, 28 minutes speaking about something politically. Anyways, I'm going to redo it for you. I'm going to try to just go through this because I did not count on doing this a second time today. What I did have going on, I'm going to go ahead and start this. Are you ready? This is the jetpack race, of which we have a winner for the Little Caesars card, but this is how it started out, right? Now I have it set for an hour, so I'm going to turn this down in a minute, see them taking off. Kind of a neat thing to do, right? Jetpack racing. I love it. And you see, what I did was I had everybody that was interested put in their comments their initials and their favorite number, right? And to cut to the chase, well, I'll tell you who won at the end here. They're going to keep flying, but yeah, free fast food lunches from the SubaruSteve show. Maybe you, right? Okay, so that's what's going on there. We'll just put that up there for right now. I'm going to turn that noise down. And I'm going to try to do the show real quick before I go into any of the other housekeeping because I need to get this done. In fact, let me just double check to make sure that I have sound as we do this live. All right, live now. You know, I shouldn't have to do this. Okay, I got sound. And that's that. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay, here we go. So let's do this, folks, right? Let me get my little flag over here. I had a nice little setup for everybody, and I apologize that I didn't have sound the first time. Might have been a real interesting thing for you, but let's see how you like this now. We're going to do it this way. I'm just going to get into this. Speaking politically on the SubaruSteve show. Yes, it's a new Thursday segment doing at 8 a.m. You might recall I was doing Space Update Thursdays, Mission to Mars. I will go back to that at some point, but right now I'm doing this speaking politically. What do you think of this? Look, my YouTube channel, subscribing keeps me going. That's right. If you subscribe, if you're not a subscriber and you subscribe, it pumps me up. If you're already a subscriber, stay a subscriber because that pumps me up too. Every day I wake up and I look at what is our current count, 3180, 3,180 subscribers, keeping me strong going all day long with a Sunday morning social media sermon, Motivational Monday, the Shocking Truth Tuesdays, Hump Day Wednesdays, and today, speaking politically. So let's talk about what's trending number one at 7 a.m. this morning when I looked online for political news. I have another government shutdown is looming. If you did not know this, you know it now. With funding deadline days away, the House passed a narrow spending package for the Department of Homeland Security. However, Democrats are demanding strict guardrails on enforcement, leading to a stalemate. Could this be due to the generational wealth seekers on both sides? Those only interested in how federal funding might positively affect them and theirs for generations to come, instead of how it might negatively affect we, the people. A government shutdown affects us, folks. It might not affect the politicians that are allowing it to happen because they'll make sure they get paid. What about the rest of us? As I continue with this, I want everybody to know I'm trying to stay neutral, not picking one side or the other. I'm talking globally because globally we've got to come together. Am I wrong? But didn't the last shutdown end right before the Thanksgiving holiday and lasting through January? Almost into February, that's where it's going to happen at, right? Could it be that politicians on both sides agreed to temporarily lift the shutdown in order that they and their friends and their families could all travel throughout the holiday season without government shutdown worries? Did you catch that? Because I noticed it when it happened before Thanksgiving. People were not flying. The airports were shutting down. The government shutdown was having a negative effect on we the people. And with airports shutting down like Newark and traffic controllers walking out until they get paid again, using up their sick time, That meant that all the politicians who have family traveling to wherever for the holidays, whatever mansion, whatever island, whatever they're having their holiday celebrations, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, into January, the cold month. Was it all about them? I mean, didn't we have traffic controllers walking out during the last shutdown? Not to mention any and all negatively impacting we the people. That's you too, all this stuff. I mean, am I wrong? But isn't the current administration recovering? Isn't the current administration recovering lost and stolen funds? Can't that be funneled in to the budget, to the what was it, the narrow spending package for the Department of Homeland Security? Homeland Security is not trying to hurt me or you. You know that, right? When I think of Homeland Security or ICE or law enforcement, I think of men and women being paid, but they're serving, they're putting their lives on the line. They're being trained how to save themselves and protect themselves from crazy people. And I just don't get it. I mean, am I wrong? But don't we all realize that during a government shutdown, these services and benefits continue? Here's a good thing, right? During a government shutdown, the United States Post Office does not shut down. They're an independent entity within the government, and we can count on our mail going where it's supposed to go and those in the Postal Service keeping their jobs. Did you know that during a government shutdown, Social Security and Medicare are not affected? They're not. No. I was worried last time about my Social Security. I don't have to worry anymore. I hope you don't either. Did you know that during a government shutdown, active military and law enforcement continue to be paid? That's a good thing. Did you know veterans benefits? No effect during a shutdown, which is a good thing. And now this is what I like. Now, this is where both sides could be together on FEMA. The Federal Emergency, I don't know the words for it, but the Emergency Response Team, they're not affected. Pretty good safety for we the people, right? Or is it for them? Those way up there that postponed the government shutdown during the holiday season so they could see their families. I mean, am I wrong? But aren't these the most likely services to be affected during the next government shutdown? Primarily air travel, especially if and when essential staff take sick days due to missed paychecks. You see, their sick time is still paid because that money's already been accrued and put aside somewhere, right? Doesn't come out of the budget. It's already spoken for. So air traffic controllers, when they get tired of not getting a paycheck the first time or the second time, you know what they do? They put in for sick time. Too much stress, too much pressure. They have unused sick time. They're covered. They get their paychecks by calling out and going out sick. These benefits are paid to them, though they may lead to the deterioration of the United States. Shut down the air grid, and where are we in a government shutdown? Catching up, trying to catch up. How long did it take us to get caught up back in November as we prepared for Thanksgiving? What else is negatively affected? How about the national parks and museums? You say, well, what? I mean, it's a park. I can just go walk through the park. How do you close a park down? Let me ask you this. When you go walk through the park, what do you do with your garbage? Hopefully you don't throw it on the ground. Hopefully you throw it in a garbage container. Who's going to empty those garbage containers during a shutdown? Right? And I've already seen what we do in garbage in places where they don't properly maintain the garbage. It piles up. Do you want it piling up in the park during a shutdown? Guess I can understand why that would be closed. And the Smithsonian museums, they don't have the money to run them. It takes a staff of people, security, and people that work behind the scenes. Are they still flying back here? There they are. Look at that. Flying right along. How about loan applications? You can always submit an application. But did you know during a government shutdown, those loans being processed take longer and longer and longer? Some of you might be looking at getting a FHA insured home loan or a small business loan. Yeah, you can apply. But what normally might have taken 2 to 4 weeks might take 12 to 20, depending on how long the next shutdown lasts. Oh, this is the big one here. Who gets negatively affected during a government shutdown? How about women, infants, and children? The WIC program that helps feed women, infants, and children during a government shutdown. They're at immediate risk of running out of funds. What are our elected officials doing to resolve this concern for women, infants, and children of United States citizens? I mean, come on. It's almost as like everything else I've read, it benefits the people above us, including hurting those that might be behind us that are using WIC funds to eat and sustain their lives. That's life threatening there during a government shutdown to part of we the people. And passport processing could be significantly delayed if shutdown is prolonged. Who cares about passports right now when our country's at a civil unrest? Check this one out. This is what really hurts. Not those big politicians up there that are saying, nope, we're going to have, not the Democrats or the Republicans who are in favor of a shutdown. Federal employee paychecks. I talked about the groups that get paid. What about the hundreds, not a thousand, not thousands, the hundreds of thousands of federal employees that'll be sent home without pay or forced to work without pay? Yeah, they get back pay, but how long do they have to go without getting the pay? Using up their savings and such. Almost like the federal employees that make everything work are told to go home. However, they get back pay. Government contractors do not. Where are these people going to get their money from? How are they going to sustain their life? Government contractors that are not getting paid, why would they go to work? Am I wrong? But is our two-party system in the United States primarily reinforced by the winner-take-all electoral rules, which discourages third parties or independents and encourages voters to consolidate behind the two major parties, being Democratic or Republicans? Broken? How can you say it's not broken? How can you say our political system, our government, is working when we're having all this civil unrest? And I'm not going to get into that. You people know what's going on in the world. Minneapolis, Portland, California, I mean, all over the place. Washington, D.C. Haven't we, the people, had enough? Isn't all this civil unrest the fuel for the next civil war? Heed this warning, where instead of the North versus the South, it becomes I'm getting tongue-tied, it becomes the red versus the blue. I mean, it seems that in many places that war keeps moving forward. And for such a great nation, have we sadly become the great divided states of America? Look what they're saying about us on networks in other countries. Look at the BBC, look at England, look at the United Kingdom, look at Australia, look at their news programs of how they talk about the United States now, what they're saying about us. It's been said that social media and media are called accelerants for polarization, using it to ignite issues that often have some sort of negative backlash. So let me ask you this. What's keeping you from doing something good and positive about this? About our government shutting down, my government, your government. Key words there: good and positive. Let's be smart in avoiding negativity, controversy, and anything that causes harm, pain, or loss, etc. Because in our current two-party war, both sides are losing. I believe the only ones winning are those making the political mega bucks, generational wealth in the political arenas at the expense of we the people, our expense. Isn't it time that we the people unite to ensure that our country and our citizens are truly governed by we the people and not our political network that needs to be redone? Yes, I support term limits, and I also think very greatly that we need age limits in our political offices. We need, as our military, people in their prime in our military going out on missions. We need people in their prime in the political offices supporting this country and keeping civil unrest from raising its ugly head to where we have a two-party system always at odds with each other. We've got to stop that, folks. I hope you agree. That's politically speaking for today. But before anybody goes anywhere, I do got to take care of this. The winner of this morning's Little Caesar race, I couldn't redo the race, but just giving you an example of it, is I had, where are they at? Where's the names at? Here they are. I had me and Jew 564, known as DN1, who raced. I have BM3 Bluegrass Meadows, known as BM3. I have Deborah Reitz, 4032, known as DKR10. By the way, Deborah, I love those green shorts with the green polka dot helmet. Looks really good. And then I had KE6 Stella May 2026. And after that race, which lasted about 20 minutes, right? We've only done 18 here. But after that race, the winner was, you see whose name is listed right there and circled? Yes, that means that what was that? KE6 Stella May is the one. I don't know why I'm thinking BM3, but I don't know. But the winner is KE6 Stella May. Let me know within 48 hours how to get this to you in the U.S. mail, because regardless if there's a government shutdown or not, the mail will go through. I need your snail mail address, and I'm easy to get a hold of. I don't answer the telephone. You can text me if you find my number, and it's all easy. It's easy to find. Text me at the 6656 number, your address, and along with your 411, and I'll get this out to you. Free fast food lunch giveaways just for watching my silly little shows that I normally do Sunday through Thursday at 8 a.m. You're watching this live a little bit later. That's because I did them all again. I'm doing it all over. One other thing good thing I typed the notes out. I had those, and I didn't crumble them up. But one thing I did talk about too before everything ended. All right, we got to stop that. I'm just getting airsick watching this. Low miner of Bitcoin, right? See it right there? And what happens is, if I ever look at this and there's a 1 right there, then my Bitcoin wallet just received 1 block is about 3.5 Bitcoins, right? And the current Bitcoin price is $85,000. And I mean, that's the actual program. It always runs. There's the time there, $85,514 per Bitcoin right now. And my hash rate at looking when trying to solve these blocks, 1036. What that means is if this machine, and some of them have, not a lot, it's like playing the lottery, you don't know You don't know what you're going to get out of it, but some of these are capable. All of them are capable of it, but the odds of it are probably 1 in a billion, right? What it's trying to do when it does the mining function here, somebody said it's a great clock. It is a great clock. Come on now, give me the other page. This one's been running for 20 hours now, but it'll run days. It runs when the computer's turned off. It still runs. It's running on my home Wi-Fi now. But the closest I've gotten to solving a block is 10% of a block so far. If it ever hits 100%, then I get a 1 there, and I get a witness, and I get 3.5 Bitcoins, I believe it is. Put that back in there. Keep that little baby going. All right. I think that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. It was sure a lot of fun doing it a second time. And yeah, that's it. High five went out from the beautiful resort city of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Catch me Sunday for Sunday morning social media sermon number 139. Topic to be continued. But I'll see you there because I care all about you. High fiving out I am Subaru